Before we went to break, we were talking about the perceived weaknesses when it comes to Will Levis's game, and I want to get into this take. I saw this a lot in the off season. You saw it a ton on Sunday because Levis was playing well. But the take that all of the negativity around the Will Levis pick was somehow just Vols fans that don't like him because he played at Kentucky, or Vols fans that thought that it was disrespectful of the Titans to take Will Levis instead of Hendon Hooker.
That's not true.
It's not true at all. And if you listen to anything I've ever said about the situation, you know that that's not true, because it's not. There's no way it's just me that objectively had a problem with it. And so saying something like all of the negativity is Vols fans, and like tweeting something like all the Vols fans gotta apologize or something like that when Will Levis has one. Listen, he looked great, and I'm happy, and I hope he's the real deal. I hope he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. But him playing one good game does not mean that he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. And I've been really, I think today, really consistent in saying he had a really great game. There's a pathway forward for success here, but also let's not act like he's a Hall of Famer because he had one good game against the Falcons. Okay,
Yeah.
and so I hope that he is that. And then everybody, including me, will have to say, okay, that was a good pick. And not necessarily in the sense of draft strategy, but it ended up being a good pick. And there's a difference there. It can end up being a good pick and it not make sense at the time. And it's okay to say the Titans got, if he ends up being legit, it's okay to say the Titans got lucky. Because D-Hop was not a guarantee, and neither was Levis being good, and you didn't know how much longer you had Derek for. So this working out would be lucky, especially considering the place that the Titans' offensive line is at right now and the place that position group is at with the depth. It's awful. So if this works out, you sacrificed getting the O-line shored up, and you took Skoronski, and he's been good, but he's a guard. And then, at the time, D-Hop was not a guarantee. So you sacrificed getting another offensive lineman or getting a wide receiver for this quarterback in the second round. And I've said it all year long, you don't take the guy that you think is the future of the franchise in the second round. If you think he's that, you jump on him in the first round. So, all that being said, it would be fair to say the Titans got lucky if Will Levis pans out, and thank God that he did if he does. I'm not sitting here rooting for him to not be successful. I hope he is. I want the Titans to win every Super Bowl for the next, as long as I'm alive. And I hope he wins all of them. I hope he plays till he's 57 like Tom Brady. But it's also fair to say that if it works out, it was lucky on the Titans' end. And so it's also fair to say that maybe that wasn't the best pick at the time. And it's very disingenuous to say that it's just Vols fans hating on him because he went to Kentucky. And do you know why? Because I'm a Vols fan. I hate Alabama more than any other school in the country. And if the Titans in some alternate universe somehow managed to land Bryce Young in last year's draft, I would have had his jersey on draft night. So let's not act like it's some Kentucky bias, as if Kentucky is public enemy number one for Vols fans, okay? It's disingenuous, it's lazy, and here's what it is mostly. People are always, especially on Twitter X, people are always looking for opportunities to look better than other people. And so no matter what happened on Sunday, if he came out and threw 6 picks, the people on the side of the fence of we don't like Will Levis would have jumped all over the people that said that he was good and that was a good pick. The opposite happened. He threw 4 touchdowns, and so all the people on the Will Levis is a good pick and we hate Vols fans, that side of the fence, they jumped all over everybody else. There are very few people like me that are in the middle of the road on this and are taking this one step at a time with a rookie quarterback, being objective about it and not liking the pick at first because it didn't make sense with where this Titans roster is at. And if people lose the nuance of that conversation, it's just going to be people shooting each other back and forth over and over again for the rest of this guy's career.